Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making the fifth and final lavender soap for our spring collection. Today's fragrance is Black Amber and Lavender from Nature's Fragrance. In the bowl here I've got a mix of butters and oils along with some kaolin clay and organic coconut milk. As usual, we're going to start off by blending up our oils and lye solution to a very light trace. Now that we've hit a very light trace, I am going to split this off into two containers. This main container here is going to be colored with activated charcoal, and my two accent colors are going to be purple and gold. I'm going to wait to pour my fragrance oil in until after I've divided the colors. Okay, into this one here, we've got Purple Vibrance Mica from Nurture Soap. I'm not going to pour the whole thing in there because I do want to do a nice design on the top of this one where it's really bold. I really want the colors to come through, especially when we're working with a dark background. I think it's just going to be wonderful. And into this one, we've got Shimmer Gold Mica. Again, this is also from Nurture Soap. And we're going to save a little bit of that for the top. And then this one is going to be activated charcoal. And that one I'm not going to save any of because I really just want the two accent colors on the top. I think the black is really going to dominate this one. It is going to be an in the pot swirl, so I do have more black than the two accent colors. So what I'm going to do now is just blend them up by hand. And then we will stick blend if needed and then add our fragrance oil. Add my fragrance oil, just a little bit into each one. And then we will stir these first by hand, and then I am going to use the stick blender just at the very end to make sure that all of that mica is incorporated. I had to put some of the powder into my batch, so I want to make sure there's no clumps in that. Okay, now it is time to do our in the pot swirl. What I'm going to do is just come up from high, swirl it around, and slowly come in lower. And I am actually going to keep just a little bit for the top so that it's not just the micas on top, but I'm just going to leave a very small amount left in this bucket here. Okay, we're going to come back and do the same with the gold. Start up high and just swirl it down, and then it'll get closer to the top. Leave just a little bit in there for the top. And that's all I'm going to do with this. I'm not going to swirl it or spin it or anything to mix up those colors. I want them to be just this way for when we pour. Scrape out the rest of our container and then we can get started on the top. And you know me, I've got to always make a mess of things. Okay, and since this is still a bit fluid here, I'm going to wait just a little bit to let that harden up, and then we'll add on our colors and our micas, and we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, this is now finally thick enough to go ahead and start on our swirls. I did put what was left in the containers into the mold so I can go ahead and get those cleaned up while I was waiting for this. So what we're going to do now is just start taking in some of this extra mica that I had left over, and I'm just going to put it on top here. We're going to do the same with the gold. Then I'm going to do a zigzag in this one at first. Okay, and then I'm just going to come through and do another kind of zigzag. Mix up more of these micas, separate them out a little bit. And I'm just going to run this back and forth. Okay, and that is the black amber and lavender soap. I'll bring you guys in for a closer look.